hello, welcome back. I'm Janki. So today we'll be reacting to my first ever YouTube video, and I'm doing this to myself because I've completed a year on Booktube now, and let's celebrate that by making myself cringe. Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. So this channel is created for the sole purpose of sharing anything and everything related with books, fictional books if I may specify. So I should probably begin by introducing myself. I'm Janki, and a quick update on what I like reading. So I've basically read mostly fantasy, historical fictions, and thriller mysteries. I have no interest in reading non-fiction. I hope that I can start reading science fiction and horror, maybe not. So yeah, I thought my first video should be something laying out my plans about the channel and everything of that sort, but I thought no, I'll do a book tag instead, and today I've decided to do the Netflix book tag. This way, so first of all, you all can clearly see when I cut the video, and like that's clearly visible, and I still do it, but it's so evident in this video. And also, how averse am I to non-fiction? Because recently I started reading a non-fiction and I'm not averse to the idea, but in this video it seems that I would never read non-fiction. That's not the case. So yeah, and also my plan for hoping to read science fiction and horror. Science fiction, not that much, but I did read some of horror, as in short stories, not a novel, and wouldn't say I'm a very big fan. Today, I guess you'll be able to connect a little more to my reading taste. So let's begin. So the first question is, recently watched, the last book you finished. So the last book I finished was Shadow and Bone by Liba Dugo. It's a Russian-inspired YA fantasy series. Follow these people known as Grishas who have magical powers, and we primarily follow a girl named Alina Starkov who supposedly has the power to save her country. Yeah. Question number 2. I'm very formal in these videos, I feel. Top picks, a book or books that have been recommended to you based on the books you have previously read. So based on the reading taste I have, I was mostly recommended Percy Jackson, but I don't find myself reading it anytime soon. Yeah. Many awkward silences in the between, and I really did not feel like cutting those because I thought that sounded authentic. Question number 3, recently added, the last book you bought. So the last book I bought was The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I don't know what its premise is about. I have just heard good things about it on Goodreads. Next question. Popular on Netflix. Did you hear that? So I forgot to silent. I film from my mobile still, and I forgot to silent it, and the notification sound clearly comes out in the video. Also, I feel I was too conscious filming this video, and I should have been, because that was my first video, and it clearly shows right now. Books that everyone knows about. 2 you have read and 2 you have no interest in reading. 2 popular books that I have read, the first being House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. I don't think anyone wouldn't know about this, especially a fantasy reader. I love it. Also, the second book to this series came out, and I'm hearing mixed reviews about it. I'm not sure will I pick that up or not. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The second popular book that I have read is Book Thief. I'm sure even the non-reader people must know about this, and it's basically set in World War II, and it follows a story of a small girl whose story is narrated by death. Now coming to the second part of the question, 2 popular books that I have no interest in reading. A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I just feel like fae things are not for me. I can't read fairies. I'm not intrigued by them. So I decided
This is funny. I don't like fairies. I'm not intrigued by them.
not to read it. And the second popular book which I have no interest in reading is Percy Jackson. As I mentioned earlier, I don't see myself reading that book.
Update. I do see myself reading that book. And I don't know why am I repeating the same book's name. I just mentioned that book's name in some of the other question, I guess.
Next question, comedies, a funny book. So listen me out. I'm the person that likes to read sad shit. So I haven't read any comedy book, any funny book, I mean.
That's right. I do like reading sad stuff, but if I reflect it on now, I did read one, not comedy per se, but it was a memoir and it was by Caitlin Moran and she wrote it in a very comical way, but I wouldn't say it's a comedy. So still I haven't read any comical book.
Question number 6, dramas, a character who is a drama queen or king. So for this, I went with Magnus Bane from the Shadowhunter Chronicles. I wouldn't say he's...
You can clearly see I was still in my Shadowhunters hangover because everywhere I saw around me, I could only see Shadowhunter characters because it became such a crucial part of my reading life at that moment because I read all the Shadowhunter books in one go, like one after the another without any break, and it clearly had the impact.
The typical drama king. He just has a dramatic way of styling himself, presenting himself in front of others, which is quite impressive. Next question, animated, a book with cartoons on the cover. I don't have any. Next question, watch it again, a book
I still don't have any.
or a series which you want to reread. So for this, you ask me anytime. It would always be Six of Crows duology, which includes Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I highly recommend anyone who is looking for a book which is both plot driven and character driven. These books are for you, man. You should read it. It's so good. Next question. Documentaries. A non-fiction book you'd recommend to everyone. And as I've stated already in my introduction, I have no interest in reading non-fiction. I even tried my hand at reading non-fiction and I was thoroughly disappointed. So I won't recommend anything. Next question. Action.
According to me, I've become a lot more flexible if I see my reading taste then and now because although my first experience reading non-fiction must have been really bad, but it doesn't mean the genre in totality is bad.
Adventure, an action-packed book. I couldn't go with a more action-packed book than Poppy War. It is gory, it's gruesome. Just read it, you'll know. I can't describe this book because now that I've read the trilogy, it's out of the world. Action-packed book.
Also, I hear this very irritating background noise and it's the fan.
So next question. New releases, a book that just came out or will be coming out soon that you can't wait to read. So, Chain of Iron, the second book in the Last Hour series just came out and it's a continuation of Chain of Gold, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. So I'm looking forward to reading Chain of Iron, and as far as I know, I've seen people reading it and being emotionally destroyed, and I can't be more happy about it because I'm that kind of person who likes to be emotionally destroyed. Yeah, while reading books. So yes, that was it about the tag. I hope I'm able to make better videos because I know this was a mediocre thing. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to making more videos, having fun with you all. Thank you for watching.
I really did not remember including that clip too. I know how to make people watch it, but instead, if I would have done it right now, I would have included that clip in the beginning. It wasn't that cringeworthy. It was slow. Like, the thing I would say about this video, it's slow. People wouldn't watch the full video like they don't even do now, but I wouldn't have seen my first video if I was some other audience. I sounded very formal, like way too formal. It was as if I was writing a letter to my principal. I remember getting a feedback for my first video, and it was like, you can relax a bit. And I was thinking, yeah, I know I can relax a bit, but it was my first video. I couldn't. And but it went well, and now I've completed a year. I'm very proud of it, and yes, still hoping to make a lot of videos, though I know I'm not consistent that much, but I very much want to be. And yes, that was all for the video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment, and meet you next time.